Before we get started with the AI lessons in this course, I would be remiss if I didn't discuss AI in general terms first. As you already know, there's a huge buzz around AI and education right now. Is AI a threat, or could it be the most powerful tool an instructor has ever had? Most states have developed a practical guidance for educators when incorporating generative AI into their practices. Community colleges and K-12 districts are defining their own guidance. It will be important to know and understand your policies before you move forward with implementation. The source material for this presentation is from my home state of Arizona and is referenced on the last slide. This quote right here, it just perfectly captures the vibe in education at this very moment. The message is pretty clear. The train has left the station. AI is here. It's a thing. So the key isn't to slam on the brakes, but to figure out how to control it wisely and with real intention. So, what's the right way to even think about AI for your programs? Well, the best way to frame it is to see it as your co pilot or partner. Look, this is not about replacing an instructor's expertise. Not at all. It's about augmenting it, giving you a powerful assistant that keeps you, the educator, in complete control. And honestly, this analogy just nails it. Teaching without any AI is kind of like grinding up a super steep hill on a mountain bike. As you have learned, it is very time intensive, and not all instructors have the grit for it. Sure, you're in control, but man, it is a struggle. Now, relying too much on AI, that's like a motorcycle you can't really control. It's fast, but it can be dangerous. The real sweet spot is the e-bike. You're still pedaling, you're still steering, but you've got this intelligent boost that makes the whole journey smoother, more powerful. That is the partnership we're talking about. Okay, so the e-bike mindset makes sense, but what are the actual tangible benefits for an instructor who's already swamped with work? Let's get into the specifics of how this partnership can help you with some of that real world heavy lifting. The benefits really boil down to three main areas. Think of it as your thought partner for breaking through creative blocks, your personalization engine for meeting all those diverse student needs, and your own personal assistant for automating the tedious stuff that just drains your time. Let's break each one down. First up, idea generation. Do you ever feel like you're just stuck in a rut, or your dean bought you that new piece of equipment and you could use some ideas on how to integrate it in or redesign your curriculum? We've all been there. AI can be that perfect brainstorming partner. You can ask it for new project ideas, have it suggest ways to make a lesson way more engaging, or even use it as a quick second set of eyes to check your plan for any accessibility issues. Next up, personalization. And let me tell you, this one is a true game changer. Imagine being able to adapt a single lesson for 5 different levels of engagement instantly, or creating math problems that actually connect to your program, whether that's automotive or construction or any program. AI really makes this deep level of differentiation a practical reality. This is all about getting back your most precious resource, your time. Let AI draft that student recommendation letter for you, or even design a worksheet or quiz to support student learning. By automating the routine stuff, you free up your mind to focus on what actually matters. Engaging and connecting with your students. So we know the why, but how does this actually fit into your workflow without just becoming another thing you have to manage? Thankfully, there's a really simple and powerful framework for exactly that. The process is a simple loop. Human AI, human. It always starts with the instructor's expertise. You provide the goal, the context, your knowledge of your students. Then the AI generates a first draft. And this is the most critical part, it always ends back with you. I like to use the 80-20 rule. AI will do 80% of the work, but you do 20%. You review it, you refine it, you adapt the final product. Your professional expertise is the bookend on both sides of the technology. Of course, you know what they say. With great power comes great responsibility to move forward wisely. We will talk about the potential pitfalls. These aren't stop signs, not at all. They're simply hazards to be aware of so we can navigate them effectively. So let's get practical. What are the big watchouts that every single educator needs to have on their radar when they start using these tools? The key thing to remember here is that for every single risk, the solution is thoughtful human oversight. First, let's talk about bias. AI learns from the vastness of the internet. So, yeah, it can reproduce societal biases. Your job is to be that critical filter. Second, misinformation. AI can sometimes confidently just make things up. They call it hallucinating. You must be the fact checker. And finally, data privacy. This one is a big one. It is absolutely non negotiable. Never, ever, ever input personally identifiable student information into a public AI tool. And there's one more risk, and it's a little more subtle, but it's so important: over reliance. The whole point of using these tools is to create more time for human connection. We have to be really careful that in our search for efficiency, we don't accidentally automate the very heart of teaching itself. So, this brings us right back to our core theme. Technology is an incredibly powerful tool, but it is just that, a tool. The real magic happens when it's in the hands of a skilled, caring, and thoughtful human educator. This right here is the ultimate truth. No technology can replace the deep understanding that educators have of their students' unique needs. I mean, AI doesn't know that one of your students had a rough morning or that another one is secretly wondering if they might lose their job today. That empathy, that human connection, is completely and totally irreplaceable. So here's where the journey begins. We are going to be learning the magic school tools. These tools are specifically designed for educators, by educators. I will be sharing these tools with you based upon Bloom's taxonomy of learning levels. Once you have completed this professional development, I encourage you to share what you have learned with fellow CTE instructors to connect and exchange ideas of best practices. Thanks for joining the journey. Let's get started.